Welcome everyone to the show. You're with Ray Smith and Sandra Johnson. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on KVOI The Voice. Welcome back to our last segment. We're here with Ray, Sandra, and Danielle, and we're one of our best friends who is John McLane, the pastor of Veteran Rescue Mission. He's a radio host and
a loving father and son and husband.
Now that I bring it up, how's Candace?
She's great. Yeah,
Candace, we said your name on the radio.
Oh yeah, she's definitely listening. Yeah, she's just over 6 months pregnant now, so she's just enjoying life, kind of just incubating a baby, as she puts it. And yeah, I'm just trying to take care of her the best I can. So yeah, for sure.
I will say she was glowing when I saw her. She looks so good, and so
she's adorable.
Yeah,
she's absolutely adorable. Yeah, she certainly makes me love pregnant women in a new way. So yeah, I'm a blessed man.
We could just sit here and talk about Candace. We don't really
Candace.
Right?
Candace.
I was gonna say, you're saying 6 months pregnant right now. What that says to me is summertime, 9 months pregnant. That's gonna be.
Yeah, that's what people keep telling me. Yeah, that's what people keep saying, but I'm not going to tell her. So.
Bring her the ice cubes, get her a fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Set her up.
Yeah, thankfully we got sold a house by our best friends that got us a really nice house that has really good HVAC systems. So
that's what you need.
I'm thankful to Ray and Sandra with Indie Realty for that.
Well, we absolutely loved helping you guys find such a beautiful home. So thank you for trusting us.
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
Well, definitely. I mean, the two big things we want to make sure that we talk about today are our Business and Bibles breakfast at the Arizona Sands Club, the first Wednesday of every month from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., where we definitely invite anybody of faith to come join us and let us know about your organization and the different organizations that you're helping out at. But particularly, this is obviously a mechanism that we at the Sands Club are using to try to get more people to join this Arizona Sands Club. Because I mean, that's kind of in a lot of ways how we all got brought together. Mm-hmm. And if you have not, if you don't have a friend that's a member at the Sands Club, or if you haven't been over there to at least take a tour of the Sands Club, I highly suggest it. It's one of the most amazing kind of places to network, to connect with people. Great food over there, and we'll be hosting a 2-hour networking meeting the first Wednesday of every month there, and hopefully you guys will be able to join us every now and again. I know you guys are Wednesdays are a busy day for you. I want to think, but every day is a busy day for you.
Breakfast at the club to lunch at Rotary, so it's just pretty much an eating day for me.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I like to think
and networking.
That's the way I describe my life to my wife. Is just I just have lunch and breakfast with people, and that's pretty much what it is.
I used to tell people when they would say, "What do you do?" I would tell them I'm a professional lunch attendee.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
We should start like a food critic show or something like that, because I'm sure we probably have so many different meals. We have so much to say
I actually was thinking of that today.
Yeah, see, great minds.
I will tell you, because I have somebody in mind. I was thinking they should be a food critic.
That's funny.
What's your second thing you got going on you wanted to bring up?
And then it's a little bit later. It's around Memorial Day, late May, but I want to start ramping up and getting people involved in it now. I know it's on the market.
You can't say late May. You have to say May 29th because your birthday is May 28th.
Okay, May 29th. Even though May 20th,
I was being the pain.
We're going to start there. We're going to start on May 27th. That we're going to do. This will be the 13th year that I've led a group to go sleep on the streets, set up a base camp in the middle of downtown Tucson, and we're going to scour Tucson to find homeless veterans to get them connected with benefits.
That's amazing.
Which is, it's what we do ostensibly, but every year we make this big effort, at least for a weekend, to go out and locate as many unhoused people as we can and get them to the shelters, get them to the benefit navigator, get them to the people that can help them, because a lot of people don't realize is they don't know. So we're out there to help them. And last November, when we did the last one on Veterans Day, we located 17 people that we got into shelters, and 5 of them that we got into our own shelter. So we're really excited about that, and we need anybody that can go to veteranrescuemission.org, donate there, contact me if you have physical donations. Gift cards is a big thing that we're asking for, particularly from Walmart, so that way we can get sleeping bags, cots, blankets, all different items that we can give out to people when we're out there, so that way we can make that connection, so we can guide them to the services they need.
And Tucson has had kind of a new campaign that they've started where they're asking people don't give people money, but support the organizations that are getting people help. So are there other organizations that you're partnering with as well when you're finding services for the unhoused?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think the big thing that we do and the big push that's happening, even with the city and county collaborating right now, is we've all come to the realization that this idea that the help's out there for the people that need it, they just don't want it. The help is out there for the people that need it. It's not that they don't want it, they just don't know.
They don't know how to get to it.
They don't know.
Yeah.
And most people think that there's this, this magic place that you go to and you push the button and they hand you keys and they hand you a food stamp card, they hand you car keys, they hand you a job, but that's not how it works. So
it takes a little effort, and sometimes the people are afraid of that effort, and you help them overcome that effort.
And one time, when I was on the Mark Bishop show earlier today, we were talking about it. It's like at one time, this man talking to you right now, beautiful listeners, was homeless, and I needed a pastor to hold my hand and take me to my medical appointment, my therapist appointment, take me to the VA, and take me to my housing appointment, and really be like, John, quit being stubborn, bud. This is what you need to do to get to the next step.
Right.
Yeah.
I was actually at a Rotary meeting, and the Crime Free Coalition was speaking, and they said that there were 160 available beds in Tucson at the time and this was 2 weeks ago, I think. And I was shocked. I assumed that the beds were all full, but hearing what you're saying, it's just really that people need someone to stand by them and help them find those resources.
Yeah, I think it's twofold. There's that. There's certainly, we need people to hold people's hands. We need more navigators, which is something that I think the city and the county and most agencies are putting a lot of energy into, getting the social service providers out there to do that. But then there's also, there are a lot of people that really, as surprising as it may sound, aren't ready to go and stay at the Gospel tonight or stay at the Salvation Army tonight. They need something to prepare them for that. And in other cities, they have sanctioned encampments and they have sanctioned tiny house villages. And just like our program, there are 300 people that have been willing to stay in our program and help us get them connected with housing that had never stayed at the Salvation Army, the Gospel Rescue Mission, or any of the other shelters because they didn't accommodate their needs.
That's, and again, surprising to hear. But if you think about it, we all have different things that we respond to. And I can totally see where, and especially because you're focused on homeless veterans as well, that there may be other challenges that aren't apparent on the surface. And you have to really have walked in someone's shoes maybe to understand where they're coming from.
Which makes you a great advocate because you've experienced it and you've come through it, and they can look at you and say, I was here once and look where I'm at now. But it takes time. It takes somebody to hold your hand to get you there. Yeah. And you just got to remind them, somebody's going to hold your hand. We'll get you there. You just got to want to go there.
Yeah, I mean, and that wanting, as like Martin Luther King said, that consensus is shaped. It's not something that just comes about. You shape consensus. So in getting somebody to get help and accept that they have mental health issues and they need housing assistance, they need this issues, you shape that. You don't just come to somebody and find them on the street in the worst condition and be like, you ready for help? Okay. Yeah. You're not ready? I'll be back in a week when you are ready.
Yeah.
Are there challenges that people have as far as not having ID and things that are barriers for them when they are ready to get help?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's a part of that is the hand-holding process. I mean, when I find somebody on the street, a homeless veteran, and I get them back to Veteran Rescue Mission, the first thing I tell them, first week, just relax. All your big ideas, don't worry about it. Just sleep. We got food here. Get better. And then after that, I sit them down with a 25-point program that is a list of the different things that they're going to need to be independent.
Right.
And that starts out with their birth certificate, social security card, ID, driver's license, and then we're looking at job interview prep, close, applying for jobs, and then we're looking at maybe entrepreneur workshop and think about maybe some of the ideas that they have of different businesses that they'd like to do. So certainly everybody kind of has their different pathways, but I think there's these fundamental documents, this kind of this readiness, we call it, that we try to help people do.
I can imagine too that some of them are going to struggle a little bit with wanting to trust someone that they don't know, because a lot of them have probably been burned in some way in the past, or someone comes and says they want to help and then they don't follow through.
Yeah.
And so actually being there for them and sticking it out and staying with them is just really important.
Yeah, and I think that's partially just being there. It just, you naturally are empathic to it. You went through it, so it's hard for you not to care a little bit more than somebody who hadn't.
We appreciate the work that you're doing and the respect that you give the people that you're working with and the love and care that you share with them.
Thank you.
Tell our listeners again how they can reach out to you if they have any questions or any way they want to come alongside you.
Yeah, definitely go to veteranrescuemission.org or go to homecommunityservices.com. And then my phone number is 520-329-9192. I'd like to say I'm going to build the moniker of the most receptive executive director in the city of Tucson. So if you call 329-9192, I promise you I will answer you.
And an additional thank you to all of our amazing sponsors: Indy Realty, Inspired Life Mortgage, Rego Pest Prevention, Pioneer Title Agency, and Caring Transitions. When you're one of our sponsors, let them know, or when you see one of them, let them know that Sandra, Raymond, and Danielle sent you.
Thank you, Pastor, for coming on the show and sharing that with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you
Don't
guys.
forget about the events he talked about, guys. Try to support us.
Lunch. I want lunch soon.
Okay.
You got it.
At the Sands Club.
Yeah, you know it.